All right, what's this? Batya Ungar-Sargon. The real reason men of all races are fleeing the Harris campaign is because it's not for them, it's for women. Well, let's hear what she has to say about this. Let's see. I don't love everything I hear from her, but I do see some. I think she is an actual free thinker, broadly speaking, and a principled person. So let's take a look.
The real reason men of all races are so reluctant to back Harris is because her campaign is not for them. It's for women, specifically college-educated women. And this includes the messaging that's ostensibly about or featuring men. It turns out liberal women want their men LARPing in camo while voting for the party that shipped their jobs overseas to China. They want their men to be able to fix a car or at least dress like they know how to, while voting for the party that defunded vocational training. They want their men to dress like ranchers, but vote like podcasters. They want men to vote against their own economic interests in support of the future is female culture wars. I'm not saying that real men can't support women or abortion or Kamala Harris. I'm saying that the Harris campaign's failure to appeal to men has exposed an inherent contradiction in the heart of the Democrats' base of college-educated women between what women want and expect from men aesthetically or sexually, namely masculinity, competence, self-reliance, and assertiveness, and what they demand politically, submission.
Boy, she nailed it right there. Submission. That's what they demand. That's why the leftist message is becoming more and more unappealing to men, because that's what we see. It's just a message of submission and humiliation. You know, you are not allowed to talk about your own concerns. Like, this is an identity group that is not allowed to have an identity. The same way that they try to, that the anti-racists demand that white people are the only identity that's not allowed to have an identity, or it's the only identity that you're allowed to endlessly criticize and demonize. And of course, you're not allowed to call out contradictions or idiocies or the fact that it's actually racist. Anti-racism has just become racism, and you're not allowed to point that out. So, but the same, of course, has been done broadly to men as well, right? You're an identity group that's not allowed to have an identity or to care about your own interests. I mean, you know, you've got a party, you've got a political movement that is obsessed with identity. Whether or not you want to be part of that or not, whether or not you're interested in your own identity, they're interested in your identity, and they're not going to let you forget about it. And they offer nothing. They offer nothing. And there's this kind of fiction that men have always had it so good. Throughout almost all of human history, life was hell for everybody. It was a struggle of everybody cooperating to try and get by and live another year, live through the next famine. But they push this fiction. They push this fiction, and they have absolutely nothing to offer. You know, here's the fundamental truth. When you create an out-group, right? So when you try and demonize a group, and it may be men broadly, maybe just white men, it may be white people. When you demonize a group, when you create an out-group, that out-group becomes its own in-group. That's inevitable. If you say, well, hey, there's nobody else that's going to look out for us, I guess we'll have to look out for ourselves. That's inevitable. Of course that's going to happen. Of course it is. And you can demonize all you like. You can demonize that all you like. You can say, no, you're not allowed to do that. We're the only ones who are allowed to do that. Women are the only ones who are allowed to do that. You can say that, but reality has a better argument, I'm afraid. So submission, she says, yeah, that's all they're offering. Just submit. Even in those videos that they put up, those cringe, you know, dudes for Harris thing, white men for Harris or men for Harris, those cringe videos, the message in that is just submission. They don't actually offer anything to men. They just say a real man can vote for a woman. It's like, well, yeah, okay, but what do men get out of it exactly? They have no answer to that, because it's nothing, because the answer is zero. The answer is submission.
All the cats you want.
Woman wants to be president? Well, I hope she has the guts to look me right in the eye and accept my full-throated endorsement.
Personally, I don't want anybody to suffer. I don't want men to suffer. I don't want women to suffer. I think we should deal with men's issues and women's issues. I think that's good for everybody. I want to do the thing that's good for everybody. How crazy is that? Is that fascist? Did I do a fascism there by saying I want to care about everybody's issues, men's issues, women's issues? I think that men and women tend to work together fairly well. I think they have throughout all of human history. I think men and women have suffered and struggled together forever, and they will continue to. And I think we should be concerned with both of their concerns. I hope that wasn't too fascist. I hope that wasn't too fascist for everybody. Ooh, that was scary. That was scary, far right. We should care about everybody. We should treat everybody's concerns as if they matter. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.